let's continue with our calculator in the second exercise. Alright, we find ourselves back in IntelliJ more, and in this tutorial over here, the second exercise is going to be, well, done over here. And the first part of this is, of course, me explaining the exercise, and then the solution will be revealed in time. However, once again, I highly recommend you actually do take the time to try to implement this exercise, as it is a very, very good idea to do so. So in this case, the same thing goes. You basically want to create a calculator similar to the first exercise. However, this time you should use at least 2 methods. You can use more, by the way, that is totally fine. Basically, one method should be evaluating the operation, and then one for continuing the program. Additionally, you should make sure that if you were to divide by 0, right? So if your calculator all of a sudden would divide by 0, you somehow catch that and just return 0 instead for the result, instead of actually dividing by 0. So basically, before it happens, you catch that would happen. It's pretty straightforward. I am unsure exactly what the time is, maybe another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Highly recommended to definitely take another look at the methods lecture or tutorial that we've done. And you can use the first exercise's solution as your blueprint, and then basically just change that up a little bit. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to see a couple of methods from you, and let's then proceed to the solution that I came up with. Alrighty, so here is the solution. You can see the general gist of this is the same. However, it is a little bit more readable when you look at it, right? So we still, reading in the operation over here, then the first number, then the second number. And while some of this could also probably be extracted into a method, I think that this is totally fine. But then the evaluate operation method over here that I've created is basically the interesting thing. And that happens at the bottom over here. So you can see we get a result, then a switch statement. So this is the same switch statement that we had before. However, this time it actually calls individual methods over here that I've created. So the sum, subtract, multiply, and divide method. Once again, those are not strictly necessary. However, this just illustrates a little bit more the different methods that you can create. And of course, the divide one over here, if b is equal to 0, then we're saying, hey, dividing by 0 does not work, and we're returning a 0 right here. So we're catching the divide by 0 error before it happens. This is not quite error catching in the sense of Java. However, it is a good idea to think about things like this and basically how to implement them. But there you go, that will evaluate the operation depending on what it is. And then up here, we also have the if statement over here, want to continue, passing in the scanner. And you can see basically this does the same thing that we've done before. It asks if you want to calculate something else, and if you put in a y, then it returns false, which actually means that the naming here is maybe a little bit off. It shouldn't be want to continue. We should actually rename this to want to stop. I'm thinking that is a little bit of a better way to phrase this, because want to stop true will then break the while loop instead of the other way around. So I think that that's a little bit of a better naming convention over here. To rename something, by the way, you can right click it, go to refactor, and then rename, or just press Shift F6, and then you can rename the method or a variable, for example, and everywhere where it's used, it's going to be renamed there as well. But yeah, that is one example of how you could do it. Of course, once again, if your looks different, but it still works, it has at least 2 methods over here, right? One for evaluating the operation and one for continuing this want to stop, for example, right? Then you are basically good to go and totally fine. Next time in this video, we'll step into a new paradigm and we'll talk all about object-oriented programming. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.